So you're thinking about moving to Tampa, huh? Well, everyone's talking about the sunshine and the fact we have no state income tax. But are they talking about the soul-crushing humidity, the jaw-dropping cost of car insurance, or the kind of traffic that makes you question every life choice you've ever made? Hello, everyone. I'm Britta Becker, your Tampa Bay real estate agent with Tampa Bay Real Estate Company, and the host of American Dream TV's Selling Tampa. I've lived here in Tampa, Florida for 11 years, and I'm skipping the selling pitch today. In fact, this video is going to be more about what your life in Tampa will actually and really be like. We'll follow the routines of young professionals, families, and retirees so that you get a true and unvarnished reality. So if you're seriously thinking about a move here to Tampa and you find this kind of brutal honesty valuable, do me a solid and hit that like and subscribe button so that you don't miss any more tips coming down the line. I'm going to talk about the outdoor paradise versus the oppressive atmosphere. First up, the number one reason people flock here, obviously the lifestyle. You get over 240 days of sun a year, which sounds like an absolute dream, doesn't it? And for about half the year, it really is. The city is built on this promise of year-round outdoor living. You can start your day with a sunrise run along Bayshore Boulevard, one of the longest continuous sidewalks in the world. You can spend your weekends kayaking the Hillsborough River, taking your dog to a gorgeous park like Curtis Hickson Park, for example, or just packing a cooler for a picnic and a beach day. From November through April, it is pure, unfiltered perfection. The weather is mild, the humidity takes a vacation, and you'll seriously wonder why anyone lives anywhere else. But now, for the truth, that dream has a B-side, and its name is summer. From May to October, Tampa isn't just hot, it is absolutely humid, oppressive hot. It's like a sauna. We're talking 75 to 80% humidity that makes an 88-degree day feel like it's well over 100. This isn't just some minor annoyance. It will completely change how you live. Forget a casual afternoon stroll. Gosh, it's a struggle. And then come the daily thunderstorms. Almost every single afternoon in the summer, the sky just opens up for a torrential downpour that can kill any beach or park plans in an instant. Oh, and all that heat and water, it's a 5-star resort for mosquitoes. So what's the locals' secret? Well, here it is. You adapt. You learn to live your life in the morning. Real locals know the window for a beach trip or a long run closes around 11 a.m. Afternoons are for indoor sports, the gym, the grocery store, or hiding out in a coffee shop like the famous Buddy Brew right here in Tampa. You even learn to appreciate the afternoon rain because it cools everything down for a little bit. Honestly, the incredible weather from fall through spring absolutely makes up for the swampy summers. You just have to be ready for a lifestyle that shifts gears dramatically with the seasons. Next up, no income tax versus the $1,000 surprises. This is the second biggest headline you always hear. No state income tax in Florida. And it's true, it feels amazing looking at your paycheck. For high income earners, this can mean thousands of dollars in savings absolutely every year. It's a huge magnet for professionals and businesses. But here's the unfiltered truth. They don't print on the brochures. The state gets its money one way or another. While Tampa's overall cost of living is surprisingly reasonable, often hovering about 3 to 4% below the national average, there are financial traps waiting here for you. Let's talk about insurance. The average cost for full coverage car insurance in Tampa is around $5,100 a year, which is drastically higher than both the Florida and national averages. But the real gut punch is homeowners insurance. Thanks to hurricane risk, the cost is in a league of its own. While you might find some averages for a typical home around $5,100 annually, statewide, average premiums can soar past $8,500 to $8,700 a year, and it's not unheard of for quotes to approach or even exceed $11,000 a year, depending on your home size and location. These costs can absolutely vaporize the money you thought you were saving on income tax. The local solution isn't magic, it's just painfully smart budgeting. Before you even think about moving, get hard insurance quotes for both your car and a potential home. Don't estimate. Factor those real numbers into your budget from day one. The good news is Tampa has a booming job market in fields like tech, finance, and healthcare that often helps offset these costs. The key is to come in with your eyes wide open. You have to calculate your total cost of living, not just the flashy tax savings. Okay, so I know that navigating all these hidden costs and finding the right neighborhood for your budget can feel like a total nightmare, and sometimes it actually is. If you're seriously considering a move and want to understand the true costs in different parts of Tampa, this is literally what I do. My team and I will help people just like you find the perfect spot here. If you want to book a no-pressure call, feel free to reach out to me. The link is below. And I would love to help sort it all through with you. Which brings me to the live, work, play dream versus the traffic nightmare. Tampa has definitely gone all in on the live, work, play idea, and in some spots it nails it. You've got these vibrant, concentrated hubs of energy. Look at Water Street and Spark and Walk. You can walk from a slick apartment to a world-class restaurant, a lightning hockey game, or just onto the Riverwalk, which connects downtown Tampa further up towards Armature Works. As a young professional, you could hit a co-working space, have a lunch meeting downtown, and be at a brewery in Ybor City without even breaking a sweat. It creates a convenient, energetic lifestyle that's tough to beat. But the unfiltered truth is you still have to get between these hubs, and that means facing Tampa's traffic, which is famously bad. A recent study ranked the Tampa Bay area as having the 13th worst traffic congestion in the entire country. A huge jump from 24th just a year before. The city's explosive growth has completely overwhelmed its infrastructure. It's not a 9 to 5 rush hour anymore. It's an all-the-time problem. That 15-mile drive to the gorgeous sand of Clearwater Beach on a good day, 30 minutes. On a weekend, plan for an hour. Easy, easy. The bridges connecting Tampa to St. Pete are parking lots, and even suburbs like Wesley Chapel are choked with gridlock. The local solution is to plan your entire life around traffic. You learn to live hyper-locally. If you live in South Tampa, you try to stay in South Tampa. You check Google Maps religiously before going anywhere, even on a Sunday morning. You learn the back roads, and you happily pay the tolls on the Selman Expressway because it buys you back 30 minutes of your sanity. The boom in walkable neighborhoods like Hyde Park and the Riverwalk is a direct response to all of this. People are paying a premium just to live where they don't have to drive. The dream is here, but you have to position yourself strategically to avoid this nightmare. Then there's the endless entertainment versus the growing crowds. One of the absolute best things about Tampa is that you will never ever be bored. There is a ridiculous amount of stuff to do. We've got 3 major league sport teams. We have the legendary Gasparilla Pirate Festival, which is a citywide party. You just have to see to believe, coming up at the end of January. You can spend a day riding world-class roller coasters at Busch Gardens. You can check out the manatee at Zoo Tampa, or perhaps explore the Cuban history and insane food of Ybor City. The restaurant scene is a true cultural melting pot. Weekends here can feel like a mini vacation. But the unfiltered truth, the secret is out. Tampa is popular, and with that popularity come all of the crowds. That amazing little restaurant you found, expect a wait on a Friday night. That beautiful, quiet beach, it's probably going to be packed on a sunny Saturday. Even places like Sparkman Wharf or Armature Works now require a game plan for parking and finding a place to sit. It's not a deal breaker, but that feeling of having a secret spot is definitely getting harder to find right here in Tampa. The locals' approach is to go deeper and wider. Instead of hitting the big name places on a Saturday, you learn to explore the little niche spots. You find a smaller family-owned Cuban cafe in West Tampa instead of the tourist-heavy streets in Ybor. You discover the incredible nature preserves like Lettuce Lake Park, where you see alligators and actually hear yourself think. The solution to the crowds is to embrace the sheer variety of the area and learn the city's rhythm. Knowing where and when to go and to get the vibe you want is absolutely key. The hurricane question. Finally, let's talk about the elephant in the room for anywhere in Florida for that matter, hurricanes. The fear is absolutely legitimate, and it's a question everyone has before they move here. The season runs from June to November, and it does bring a low-grade hum of anxiety with it. You watch the weather, you see the cone of uncertainty on the news, and you can't help but wonder if it's going to be this year. Now for the unfiltered, level-headed truth. While the threat is always present, a major direct hit on Tampa Bay is historically rare. The geography of the bay itself offers a bit of natural protection. That said, the real issues for Tampa during a storm threat are often storm surge and flooding, not just the wind. The stress of preparing, buying supplies, boarding up windows is real, and the financial fallout, like we talked about with the insurance, is a year-round reality. But here's how we locals deal with it. Preparation over panic. It's a fact of life. You have a hurricane kit, you have a plan, you know your evacuation zone. Modern building codes are much, much stronger than ever before. And honestly, the community is extraordinarily resilient and really come together. It's a trade-off you accept for living here in this subtropical paradise. You respect it, you prepare for it, and you make sure that you don't let it dominate your life. So what's the real unfiltered truth about living in Tampa? It's a city of trade-offs. It's a sun-drenched paradise that comes with a heavy dose of humidity. It's a place with no income tax, but with insurance bills that will make your jaw drop. It offers an incredible active lifestyle, but you have to battle soul-crushing traffic to enjoy it. Tampa isn't a perfect problem-free postcard, that's for sure. It's a real city with real growing pains, but it's also a city with an amazing culture, fantastic food, endless sun, and a friendly, laid-back energy that is truly special. After 11 years here, I can tell you that for all the traffic, humidity, and insurance bills, I wouldn't trade it. The quality of life, the sheer volume of things to do, and the wonderful community here make it all extraordinarily worthwhile. For me, that is. But you absolutely have to come here with your eyes wide open to see and acknowledge the entire picture. If this video gave you a clear idea of what life in Tampa is really like, let me know in the comments. And if you're ready to make the move and you want some local guidance, all of my contact information is right down below. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.